Good evening, Assalamu Alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host, Ahmed Nawaz. We've got a great lineup that we're discussing tonight. Let's go take a look at what we have on the show for this episode. We're going to be starting things off, of course, with the fact that the FA Cup saw some action as well. We had Manchester United that were able to beat Aston Villa and qualify for the next round. And of course, we had a fourth round draw as well, where we know that Chelsea is going to be in action as well. But Manchester United's lone goal that made the difference came from Scott McTominay. And like I said, this win might be very important at a time where transfers around the corner, a lot of rumours about players leaving, even rumours that Cristiano Ronaldo does not want to stay anymore maybe, and Ralf Rangnick also at the helm of affairs as well. But obviously great to see Steven Gerrard there as well. And then of course Arsenal had a big blow as they were on the losing end as well. Just a lone goal that made the difference in their game as well. So a lot of things to discuss on the FA Cup. After that, we'll be moving on to e-gaming, where Pakistan's biggest e-gaming tournament was held. The platform has been set for e-gaming to now develop and take off from Pakistan, because this was a spectacular event that saw many games. Like I said, it's going to bring in a lot of investment. The president, Dr. Arif Alvi, also gave a statement where he said that this will pave way for foreign investment inside Pakistan as well. Pakistan's already got talent. You know, naming just one of them, Arsalan Ash is a prodigy. He's somebody who can inspire generations for e-gaming as well. And we discussed about this, that Pakistan has a unique style, and there's a uniqueness to Pakistan's style of e-gaming. So that's why it's interesting where we're getting all of this talent now that has a platform. Whether you talk about Taken, you talk about PUBG, you want to talk about FIFA, any other game that you talk about. And with this consortium that has been done by an Emirates-based firm, it gets even better. And I think a lot of credit does go to Fakhri Alam, because he has been an ambassador for Pakistan, bridging the gap between Pakistan and the UAE, and bringing all of this platform, whether you talk about the investment. It is amazing. So I think Fakhri Alam does deserve a lot of credit when it comes to giving something back to Pakistan, whether it was Mission Parvaz, whether it's e-gaming now. He really wants to give back to Pakistan, and I think this is a real platform that will give the youth a great opportunity for their future as well. Because let's remember, the prize money that is up for offer in e-gaming is quite a lot, so you can make a career out of it as well. After that, we'll be coming to cricket, and in cricket we'll be discussing India versus South Africa, where India won the toss, opted to bat first. They had a good outing, but they lost two quick wickets. Then Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara tried to stabilize the innings when Pujara was sent back to the pavilion as well. So things for India didn't look at that good as they would have wanted a start, but credit to South Africa. But overall, this is a very important test match, considering the three-match test series is already leveled at 1-1. India winning the first one, South Africa winning the second one with a dramatic episode of Dean Elgar. So I think this test match has a lot of interest, because obviously the winner will take the series, and a lot of eyes now on this test match, including the fact that it's a very important test match for Virat Kohli as well. As captain, off the field activities and controversies going on, so he really wants to answer with the bat and look for something big. That'll be cricket. And then of course we'll be discussing a Kamyab Jawan sports drive that continues throughout Pakistan. And in that we had cricket trials in Sialkot, where Lahore Qalandars held the trial sessions to find the next big thing for Pakistan, of course, and they'll be selecting players, taking them to their high performance centre, grooming players for the future for Pakistan, domestic, international cricket as well. So a great platform for the young kids of Sialkot who want to represent their region, and then of course their country as well when we talk about cricket. That's the entire lineup that we've got that we're going to be talking about. We're going to start off with the FA Cup. Let's take a look at this report and then come back.
Manchester United booked an FA Cup fourth-round meeting with Middlesbrough as Scott McTominay's 8th-minute header proved enough to beat Aston Villa at Old Trafford. However, the result was incredibly harsh on Gerrard and his team. Twice in a matter of minutes early in the second period, they had the ball in the United net only for both to be ruled out. Elsewhere, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta apologised for his side's display after they were knocked out of the FA Cup in the third round by Nottingham Forest for the second time in 4 years. Lewis Grabban slid home Ryan Yates' inviting cross 7 minutes from time to shock the 14-time winners. Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester City will all face lower league opponents in the fourth round of the FA Cup. City welcome Fulham, while Liverpool host Cardiff City. Chelsea meanwhile will play at Stamford Bridge for the second consecutive round as they host Plymouth.
There you have it, all you need to know about the FA Cup and the next round action that is going to be coming up very soon. Now to talk more on this, we've been joined by our sports expert and football youth coach Sabeel Hazir. Sabeel, Assalamu Alaikum, welcome to Sports Extra.
Welcome, Islam Ahmed. Thank you so much for having me on Zoom. I apologize I couldn't be in studios today.
Well, first of all, we'd like to wish your better half a speedy recovery and you yourself as well. You know, we've been missing you on the show lately, but it's great to see you and we're sending a lot of prayers your way for a speedy recovery.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully, not too long.
Yeah, hopefully. We want you back as well because Asif's not here. You're not here as well. I'm absolutely having no fun like this. But Zavil, talking about the game itself, we'll talk about Manchester United in detail. But what is up with Scott McTominay that he just continues to shine after that Solskjaer era immediately?
So on the show as well, I've been very vocal admirer of Scott McTominay. I'm a big fan of his because I have a bias towards players who do play for Scotland. But he has really come into form. He had a couple of bad games under Ragnick, but I think this system is suiting him. It's surprising because of the way they line up a midfield with two more attacking midfielders slightly ahead, that him and Fred are able to do such a good job. But I think both of them are really, really coming into their own. And I think actually now it's the other players in the system that aren't working as well. Because yesterday, if you saw the game and a few games prior to that, McTominay and Fred both have been performing quite well in that midfield, winning a lot of balls back. And McTominay seeming to get ahead and becoming a real threat in the box as well from corners and set pieces. And obviously that goal was United recovering the ball from a corner after they didn't have a great first delivery, and then he was there again to score. So it's really good to see. And on the ball, he's improving a lot. I think he always had defensive qualities, but on the ball, you're seeing a lot of progression now that more is being asked of him in the system.
Yeah, very true that we talk about their system, and they're always in the news, be it for the right reasons or for the wrong. Now, like I said, this victory might be very important for them because obviously we cannot ignore the fact that there's a lot of rumors circling with the transfers open as well. There are a lot of players might want to leave. Ragnick's plans are there to unfold as well. Who does he want to keep? Who does he want to let go? Which more player does he want to go for? And then also there's a rumor that is coming that maybe Cristiano Ronaldo might not see a future at United anymore. Right, we've got a technical difficulty. We're just going to try to get Sabeel back online with us as well. But like I said, that things don't seem good at United. They've changed managers. If you look after Sir Alex Ferguson, things have not been able to settle down. And although they've had some good outings as well, won games, then of course went on to the other side as well of losing. But with Solskjaer, things did look that they might seem to settle in, and what we wanted was for him to continue the season at least, and then probably Ragnick would have taken charge. But overall that didn't happen. Solskjaer was let go in the middle of the season. Ragnick's been brought in with a German mentality now. We know what he brings to the game, but then of course he's been having some tough outings as well. So probably not the results that United have wanted to. Their players feeling a bit of that heat as well. And then of course you can't blame the players if you've got a system that's not working. And we've been trying to figure this out ever since these problems have been happening, that you change managers, you get probably one of the greatest in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, back to his own club once again from Juventus. What more could you ask for? Because you've got talented players. Why aren't they producing results? Why don't they fit into the plans? It just cannot be always about the players. Maybe the strategy, the planning that's going in is probably not what we wanted to. So Sabeel, good to have you back once again. Obviously technical glitches with technology are always there, but like I said, that a lot of players want to leave. Cristiano Ronaldo might not see a future at the club as well. We're stuck at a doldrum where we want to understand what the problem is. They've been changing managers throughout. Players, I mean, you could have the best in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, back to his own club. What more would you want from the team? How do you sort these things out?
I think so. We have heard a lot of rumblings of people being unhappy in the United camp, and how Ragnick resolves that. I think he's taken a very good approach. I said this specifically, I think, about Pogba, but it was also a general message as well in there, where he's like, there's no more incentive that we will give players other than the fact that they're playing for Manchester United. And I think that message has translated to the team. So, for example, Dalot has been performing very, very well when he's called to deputize for Wan-Bissaka. And I think even yesterday he was unlucky to come off injured, but he was playing quite well. Now, how you solve these problems in terms of players you bring in and the ones you let go, Ragnick has to decide how much he's going to commit to this system. Because if he's going to commit to this system, he needs a better centre-half pairing than Varane, Lindelof, Varane, Maguire, or Maguire, Lindelof. Now, in those three centre-backs, I think Varane is obviously the strongest one who you keep. And I think Luke Shaw as well. He's been iffy. He had a lot of good form the last season and a half, but I don't think he's at that level. Maybe Telles could come in and play that role, but I think they would need to strengthen their centre back area and maybe bring in another midfielder as well as McTominay and Fred are doing, there does seem to be perhaps inexperience for McTominay to play such a vital role in the centre. So maybe he needs somebody to feed off as well. And I think a little bit further up the pitch, Greenwood and Rashford haven't been performing all too well. So it is tough, but Ragnick has to decide whether if he's committing to the system, the players he can bring in and who's actually available, who from January now till the end of the season can make a difference within his structure.
Absolutely, that will be that. But overall, United will cherish this victory because they've moved into the next round of the FA Cup. Probably one silverware might just ease things for the players as well and for the management. On that note, it's time now to take a look at our segment recap. And in the segment recap, of course, we have been discussing the FA Cup. We discussed Manchester United's victory. We also discussed the fact that there was a lone goal that was scored by Scott McTominay. And we also discussed other fixtures as well. Obviously, we in the package and in the report that we had, you also got to know about the fixtures coming up for round 4, whether it's Chelsea, Manchester City, and even Liverpool, who are going to be in action as well. Time now to move on to another topic that we've got, and that's e-gaming. And when we do talk about e-gaming, we do know that there's a lot happening for Pakistan. We've got this report. Let's take a look.
Pakistan's biggest esports festival, Gamers Galaxy, concluded at the Pak China Friendship Centre. The two-day event organised by Galaxy Racer included activities, tournaments, meet and greets, and panels with the country's most popular content creators, entertainment, and much more. The esports featured Valorant, Galaxy Valorant Spike Rush 2v2, FIFA 22, and Tekken tournament finals. Team Exploit Storm took the title of Valorant champion, while Salman Haider Saeed and Arslan Ash were crowned FIFA 22 and Taken champions. Team Junhee took home Pakistan's first ever female esports tournament title, and partner Fakhre Alam said he never witnessed a gaming tournament of this level in Pakistan. He went on to add that Galaxy Racer is launching Pakistan's first professional esports league titled Supreme Galactic League, which would comprise of 8 teams. He also announced a nationwide inter-school and collegiate esports championship titled Scholars Galaxy.
There you have it, all you need to know about the glamorous e-gaming now happening in Pakistan. Sabeel, I think it's a good time that we get our skills back and probably look towards making a career here, because it's now getting to that point where we've got such a big platform.
So with e-gaming, apologies, I think it's wonderful to see this. This is genuinely such a great initiative because I feel like we do have, well, it's not just that I feel like we do have real champions in e-gaming like Arslan Ash, who participated in this tournament. He's gone and won international tournaments. So we clearly have the talent, and the announcement that we'll have an actual league now, that's going to be incredible. I think specifically for our PUBG and our Tekken, where we have seen players come in who can play at the highest level, even against people abroad. I think those are the two specific games where we'll see the most out of our teams. But generally speaking as well, we have a lot of players who use e-gaming platforms that to be given a tournament or a league. And when you talk about making a career out of it, I think the PUBG winner got about 2 million. Each team participating got a couple of 100,000 each, 200,000 or whatever it was. So there is a financial incentive as well for people to continue on an e-gaming pathway. And it's really nice to see that, you know, this is one area where, unlike in other sports, a lack of coaching and infrastructure isn't going to cost us the highest level. We can produce good players. So we need to invest in e-gaming, because this is some place where Pakistan tomorrow could take out a champion. You don't need 10, 20 years of infrastructure. Tomorrow we could take out a world champion with the quality of e-gamers we have. Athletes, sorry.
Yeah, but I'm sure that you will agree that, you know, I've been considering the fact with you that maybe it's time that we invested in a PS5 now. It's probably that time where both of us can do that and both of us can look towards a career there now.
Well, definitely, I think we should encourage, for you and myself, it's far too late. I don't think we're ever going to be top level e-athletes. But esports is for the younger generation. You know, before it was considered a waste of time to play video games. And I still think, yes, children need to go outdoors and do a lot of, being a coach, I encourage that. But we need to understand that there are people who can make careers out of this right now, and they need to be given the platform, the training, and the resources to go out and become the best versions of themselves. Because not only does it help Pakistan's image to have champions who are playing esports and who are e-athletes and doing it, but also it gives these kids who are investing all this time in gaming an incentive or a payoff at the end of all of this as well. And it is giving more opportunities. So really, really exciting to see. I again will point out PUBG and Tekken. You can expect big things from Pakistani players in those two games, and maybe other ones as well that I'm ignorant of myself.
Well, Sabeel, particularly, obviously there are other games as well. We talk about FIFA and, the likes of other games that are part of this as well. But because we talk about investment that is key here in this whole scenario, this was an Emirates-based consortium that has come in. But we've got to be open to the fact that even if we don't look towards foreign investment, we've got a lot of companies inside Pakistan, especially tech giants and telecom, that should be ready to invest in this because this is a go-to field right now. Right, technical glitches. We're talking about technology, and it can happen if you're not getting these things. Yeah, Sabeel, can you hear me?
Definitely. We need to. Sorry, I lost the last bit of your question, but I got the gist of it. We're talking about local and foreign investment in e-gaming. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so local investment, like you mentioned, a lot of tech giants would be interested in investing. I'm not opposed to foreign investments either. You want the big sponsors who have local impact in other sports and ventures like Red Bull, for example. These type of companies do get involved in e-gaming, and we've seen that in other countries around the world. So we need sponsorship as well, because the biggest thing isn't the local sponsorship for the local league, because we will get that and it will get viewership, and I have no doubt it will grow. We need these local international sponsors to combine to help us get visas for our players to go to play the bigger tournaments abroad. Arslan Ash, you hear about his journey to his both the Evo championships he won in Japan and in America, and it's just harrowing. And most people are not getting those journeys either. They're getting rejected straight off for their visas. So we need to have sponsors come in who can help them with the process of going abroad and playing these big tournaments, because through that we'll get more investment back into our own nation.
That is the plan. But on that note, time to take a look at our segment recap for this segment of e-gaming. And in the segment recap, we have been discussing the fact that Pakistan's biggest e-gaming platform has been set. We had a spectacular event where we saw different competition. Prize money was absolutely huge. Arslan Ash, the famous e-gamer for Pakistan, was also participating. There's an Emirates-based consortium that has established itself in Pakistan now, and for many more to come. And obviously, we also discussed the fact that Fakhr-e-Alam has been behind this whole initiative and deserves a lot of credit as well. On that note, we'll go towards a short break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.